Yes, welcome to the first episode of IOU Redemption Podcast. I am artist, aka Big Speaker.
G White, corporatepreneur, hustler of the year, G hard working. Man of many names, man, but keep it simple.
Yeah, let's get into this right here. The IOU moment.
Right. So, when we jumping this off, we want to let everybody kind of do a introduction of some of the things we'll be bringing to the people. And this is for the people. It's for us, it's food for us, and food for the people. So the IOU moment, we're gonna give you IOU moments every episode. Um, so basically it could be from we're gonna be pulling from a lot of places. We're gonna be pulling from our brains. We could pull from a quote out of the Bible. We could pull from, it's a famous quote that we all could live by. We want to make sure every time you tune in that before you leave, you get something. And we're going to call that the IOU moment. So I owe you something. Artists owe you something. We're going to give you something every time.
Yep. Go ahead and tell them what your IOU moment is.
So I would say my IOU moment this time would be sometimes the messenger has to be the message. And that may go over some people's heads, but if you really think about it in the simplest terms, we know what a messenger is. And we've all sent messages or seen somebody send a message, but sometimes that's not good enough. Sometimes you got to actually lock in and be that what you're saying, right? So I can send you a message on being a model citizen or a good dad or things of that nature, but maybe that message is, being that example. You have to be that message. Be with that what you want to see in the community. Be what you want to see put out on the internet, or be that influence that you want to have over your people or in the community. So, which again ties right back into how we're here today. You know, the messenger being the message. And that's what I got for you today. And I hope that resonates with you. And I feel like if you really think about that, we can apply that no matter who you are, no matter where you are, what you're going through, you can apply that to your life. So that's what G White got to give you today. What you got for him, bro?
Facts. I like that. You sent that to me, and I was like, yeah, that's something we keep. That's something we write
Yeah.
down. Anytime you get something like that, you get that message and you write it down somewhere. So for me, I got this right here. Say goodbye to your own comfort to make life better for others. So I think that this is a big deal for me because this is the purpose of this podcast. You know, me and your boy could go. We could be doing something right now. We could get X amount of money doing this, doing that, what we do, how to get it. But at some point, you got to add value to the world, right? And one of the ways you can add value is to sit back, get back from your own comfort. You might have to take a step back. And what can you do to help other people? The blessing's gonna come when you pull other people with you. So that's what we trying to do. And that's the IOU moment. So this is what we owe you for this moment. Yeah. So being this is the being this is the first episode, we got to get into letting the people know who he is. So we gotta let the people know from top to bottom, or from bottom to top. I like bottom to top because we started from the bottom. Now we here. So from the bottom, you go first. You let them know, or I'll go first.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So Hammond, Indiana. A lot of people say you meet somebody from out of town. Like I'm in Texas now, and they say, "Where you from?" And I just say Indiana, cause ain't nobody gonna know where Hammond is, and I'm not finna say I'm from Chicago. So what you want me
Facts.
so Indiana. I've been living in Texas since 2015, right? So that's all I'm gonna say. But Hammond, Indiana, 219. Most of the time, you meet somebody from the area, you say 219, they automatically know what it is. So 219, but my situation unique because I lived across the tracks. I had to walk to the hood. It's still a hood,
Definitely.
but it wasn't our hood, so we had to walk to the hood. But yeah, went to different elementary school than everybody else in the hood, but we all linked back up, middle school and high school. So that was the thing for us. But to give a little background about our childhood is that um, I don't talk about the ordinary stories of poverty, this, poverty, that, but I want to tell you, what we actually did. So growing up, what we like to do was go to the Boys and Girls Club. That was like our outlet. That was the number one thing we could do, whether it was playing basketball, uh, in church leagues or whatever type of activities we get into, playing basketball at the neighborhood parks. We did that. That was the hangout spot. So for us, it was more so about seeing all the people that was really out there hustling. Some of them probably your cousins. You knew everybody, right? You know everybody out there, and it's just a just different perspective of how when you growing up and you see those different people, you learn lessons of not of what to do, but what of not to do, right?
Facts.
So you see all these people and you taking notes if you're a student of it and you just taking it in. So that was the childhood upbringing of like minor league, baseball. That was like our gift. Everybody in the hood, you play baseball first. That's what you did, right? So we're really childlike, kid like adult upbringing, everybody knew everybody grandmama, things like that, right? In the hoods, typical stuff. So but then the journey of getting out the hood was you had to find your way. So I found my way going to an all white a all white college in Indianapolis, Butler University. That took
PWIs is what we call them,
yeah.
predominantly white institutes.
Yeah. That took a lot. That took a lot for me to adjust to that situation coming from where I'm from. We go in the cafeteria and we got rice casserole or something. We ain't what is that? We ain't fruit salad bar?
We
Nah,
come from
we
a
get an
very
apple.
heavily we come from a very heavily Black and Hispanic community.
Yeah, my neighbor's
Heavy.
Hispanic. Shout out to Joe, man. Rest in peace, Joe.
Rest in
So
peace, Joe, man.
yeah. So Bebito. So no, went to Butler University and from that point went off, started working as an engineer. And then from that point, I'm skipping a lot of steps because we're gonna get into detail of that later. But I got a family now. It's six of us and two dogs. So two boys, two girls. So if I pull myself out from the mud, you gotta listen to what we got to say because we know we got a lot of stuff we gotta let y'all know about. We want to help y'all get through these things.
Right. And like bro said, starting with the top. Bigger than anything, you're gonna get to know us. Some people know us already. So this ain't new news to them. And it's certainly not new news to each other. And then some of y'all can get to know us the more we put out things and the further we go along. And people like us, right? So our names may be different. We may be from a different city, different state than you're normally hearing from people, but the struggle is what's common and a lot of people feel like they're the only people that go through some of these things that we'll be talking about. But nah. And this is here we giving it to the people. So again, like you said, um, we from the 219. Um, I've stayed in Hammond, Gary, and East Chicago in the 219. Went to elementary schools in all three of Hammond and Gary, but not East Chicago. But I learned many of my life lessons, and a big chunk of my life is spent in East Hammond. So wherever we go,
Yeah,
we 219. I haven't lived at home since I graduated high school in 2007, but I'm always proud of where I'm from. And because the good, the bad, the indifferent is what helped mold us into who we are today. And I feel like that's a big part of something we always like to take pride in and let the people know. So, like you said, um, we've always been good people, good kids, but we grew up in rough circumstances, unideal circumstances. A lot of circumstances we thought, to be honest, bro, we thought was normal
yeah, that's
until
normal.
we thought it
Till
was
you make it
normal
out.
until we
He
got
said,
out. And then we started sharing some of the stories with other people, and they like, nah,
"Yeah,
like what? Like we like, no, you ain't, or you
how'd he pass? How'd he die? How'd he pass away?
how did
Somebody shot him.
yeah, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, homicides and all that
Why?
stuff is not
Really?
normal. But we just kind of like, fam got shot. You know what I'm saying? Or blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like it's and that's just the tip. And again, this is something that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. And if you can't relate to it, it's a learning moment, right? But just trying to do the normal things. We grew up in a tight-knit community though. Like you said, every day we were at the Boys and Girls Club or at the court hooping or just doing things together. I mean, shooting pool, yo-yo contest, normal kid stuff. I mean, we was really close knit. And a lot of our friends that we had then, we're still in contact with today. It's like some of these friendships are unheard of. That's another thing from me
Yeah.
traveling and talking to different people. It's like when I tell them I'm still friends with my friends from daycare or first grade or kindergarten, not a lot of people have that. Um, so I mean, but went on to go to college. We both played sports in high school and in college. I went to two HBCUs.
Yeah.
Played baseball. I went to Grambling State University. Shout out to the HBCUs. And I went to finish my education at Kentucky State University. So I was double dipped in that HBCU excellence. And it's
Two
crazy,
contrasting views,
huh?
all white and all black.
All white and all black. And the crazy part about it is where we grew up at, there was not a lot of people talking about HBCUs. Although it was heavily black and Hispanic environment that we grew up in, that was not put in front of us. So I had a little bit of an untraditional path from where we're from. And, I didn't have a lot of my classmates or people I went to school with actually going to HBCUs with me. Um, I had two, my boy Adam and my boy Popcorn. And again, it's just again you get me and bro are a lot alike, and but we had some different paths that we went down too, and it's crazy because we both learned from them in the situation. So again, we can't give it to you all as far as our introductions of who we are. I got a family as well, two daughters and a wife. Um, I currently live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Been here since 2013. That's crazy that we just hit that over that 10 that 10 year
Catch
time
me in
flies.
Texas, man. It's too cold out there. It's
Yeah,
too
it's a little
cold.
chilly right now.
I'm in Houston.
It's a little chilly. As you can see, he got a t-shirt on and I'm
Yeah.
hoodie down. Um
Yeah.
so and he got the Astros hat on. I'm repping for the White Sox, man.
You know it.
We grew up 20 minutes from the cell, but in Northwest Indiana, we got our own twist on things, but we share the same sports as the Chicagoans. So but don't get it misconstrued. We 219 to the core, but
Yeah.
that Astros hat that's crazy. I'm gonna keep it where it's
What
at,
you
man. My
mean
White
it's
Sox.
crazy? You still going for the Bears.
So here's the
Why?
thing. Okay, before we get into the meat and potatoes, and again, if y'all can't get this, we're
You
gonna have a
still
lot of
going for the
natural
Bears.
conversations. A lot of natural conversations. So
Like y'all not even here. We just need y'all to hear this because why not? We conductive.
so
And
here's the thing, and I'm gonna put this out there because this is gonna eventually make it to the people in the world. People from the 219 that wear Bulls, White Sox, Bears stuff, we not trying to think we from somewhere we're not. Those are the teams that were in the communities. That's the teams
yeah,
that was on TV. You think that 20 minutes down the road got different TV channels and everything to you? No. When
nah,
we
we
got
all
free tickets to
Chicago
games, we went
news.
to White Sox games. Uh Brian Urlacher had came to Hammond High. He came to Hammond Gavitt at times. So these are teams that was in the community. Um,
Hmm.
so that's the biggest thing. So you're gonna see me rock my White Sox, and yeah, I'm a Bears fan. Now what? Yeah, I'm a Bears fan. It ain't
That's
gonna change,
cool.
bro. No matter where we at. No matter where we at, I'm gonna
All
rep
right,
my
that's
Bears.
cool.
We gonna turn things around. I know we got some struggles.
That's your health. That's your health. That I'm cool with that.
I'm bro. I'm my you know me. My loyalty is a gift and a curse.
Well, be careful with that.
my my loyalty is a gift and a curse. You know what I'm
Be
saying? So,
careful.
you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's a brief introduction on who we are and kind of some of the things we'll be going over, but it's gonna be very natural with us. Very, very natural,
Yeah.
very personable, down to earth, around the way, guys that's striving for more. I don't think we smart guys, but we're still learning every day. We're students of life, students of the game, and we just like to share our experiences, some things that um we've put in a play that's been working for us, that have worked for us, and time and struggles that we have. We're gonna share it all because it's all proven in facts. This is not the podcast of fortune cookie advice. Um, everything we say is
Nah,
we can show proof, and we're currently going through it, and we're still striving for our own things in our own life. So we're a work in progress. This is a work in progress. We're all work in progress, and we're gonna figure this thing out together. What we got for him, bro?
facts. Yeah, let's start off with the right now what we talking about is, you know, people in poverty-stricken environments. How do we get them out? How do we help them get out? What did we do to get out of there? You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, it's one of the major things that I see about that dynamic is you have to know what you don't want to be doing. So I got to keep it 1,000.
Please
I'm
do.
I got to keep it 1,000. So like I said, growing up in the hood, it taught me how to not do certain things, what not to do, right? And so if you go back to the hood and you see a certain individual and they still doing the same things they was doing when you was little, that's something you don't want to be doing, right? So you got to line yourself up and say, what can I do right now, whether that's a skill set or whatever it is, what can I do at this moment that will get me out of this situation? And it might not get you out completely, but it's going to get you on the road to success. So I can give you an example. Most people don't know this about me, but when I lived in Indiana in Hammond, I lived right down the street from a library. It's probably the only it's the library of Hammond. It's Hammond Public Library. I live right down the street from it. I went to that library every single day from elementary up through high school, every single day. And I went there so much I started working there. I got somebody that can give me credibility to that too. So yeah, I worked in the library. Uh Shout out Guala because he was my coworker
We all,
at
yeah,
the library. Shout out
definitely.
Guala. Yeah. So yeah, we in there. I'm reading encyclopedias back when they had encyclopedias. A lot of people don't know what that is now. It's Google, but I flipped the pages to do it. And so what I was doing in that library, I was planting seeds. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling myself like this library is gonna give me this knowledge. I'm gonna pick up these books and I'm gonna get what I need to get up out of here. And that's how I got onto the road of engineering, understanding what I wanted to do, reading about the different stuff. And so I think that that's the first key is understanding what you want to do. How are you going to succeed to that? You need to get a skill or what you need to get.
Most definitely. And I would say, to kind of piggyback off that, I mean, bro, when it comes to like, it go back to kind of your introduction when we was talking about I've learned so much by watching people. So
Yeah.
like if I see you go across the street and you get bit in the butt by a dog, I don't need to go across the street because I know
No.
there's a dog that's gonna bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
And, and we've seen so many people fail, succeed, get
Doing the
into
same
stuff.
thing.
And I'm like, nah, I
No.
joke. It ain't really a joke, but I say it all the time. To this day, at 35 years old, every person in my family or my friends that I've seen go to jail, I seen it coming in slow motion. I've had
Yeah,
people
it'd be writings on the wall. Yeah, you can
I've
see
had
it.
people surprise me and die, right? Accident, get killed or whatever. That kind of hits you like, oh man. But jail, I've seen it in slow motion.
Yeah.
Like it's nobody's ever surprised me and went to
Yeah.
jail. I've seen it. And I would say, and this is coming from a strong-willed man, I was always a good kid. But growing up, I had to figure out, like most of us, tactics to survive really early.
Yeah.
A lot of tactics to survive, how to move, how to walk, how to talk, how to dress, how to whatever. So a lot of things that I did at a young age was all survival tactics. You say you got to talk the part, you got to walk the walk. You know what I mean? So um it was just one of those things in the environments to where I think that that's it with a lot of, like you said, people trying to get out of poverty stricken environments. Okay, you
Yep.
see what you're dealing with, and you got to deal with that as long as you have to, because nobody can help what they're born into, right?
Yep.
Nobody can help what they're born into, whether it's rich, poor, hood, suburbs, projects, mansion. You don't pick that stuff, but you got to deal with it. But you can make a conscious choice early on. This is not for me, and start doing little things to set yourself aside. So, I grew up around a lot of strong men too, and women. So I listened. I think the biggest thing for me, bro, is I always been a good listener. I'm talkative, but I always respected my elders and understand game. And I know
Yeah.
when to talk, and I also know when to keep my mouth closed as well and open my ears. So I gained a lot of knowledge early on, and people like, man, you wise for your age, or you this, that, and the
Yeah.
third, because the people I surrounded myself with, I didn't just say, oh, old head, you don't know what you talking about, or you don't understand. I'd be like, nah, like you've
I
been my
got
age.
it.
You've
Yeah.
been my age before. I ain't never been your age. It's like it's that type of mindset, and I always wanted more. So the biggest turning point for me in life, and I share this, and this is a part of my testimony, and I can't change it, is yeah, we grew up how we grew up, but I always wanted wanted more. I knew when I wanted to start a family, I knew I just wanted more, but I always didn't know how
Yeah.
to go about it, right? The turning point for me, bro, is, and I thank God for the game of baseball. So that's why I always tell people, or I hashtag baseball saved my life and this, that, and the third, because I knew how to make money, right? My dad's a hustler. My family are hustlers. We know how to go out and make a dollar. You know what I mean? So I already knew how to make money. I didn't need college to teach me how to make money. Um, I needed to see something different, even if when I didn't know it at the time. And when I say I got bit by a different bug of life, and it's changed my life since, I can just tell you exactly when and where it happened. It was that impactful on me. So when my freshman year at Grambling in 2007, and I remember going out to a party with the guys in my dorm. Shout out to dorm 600, 600 boys. 600 boys. Fall 07 was crazy at Grambling. So, and we all got tight because we helped each other move in our dorms that day. And that night it was a party. And we all like, man, y'all going to that party tonight? Bet. We away from home for the first time, everything. And it's kids from all over. The South, you got kids from New York City, you got kids from LA, you got kids from the Midwest, you got, you know what I'm saying? And we all just went out and party, put it that way. We went out and party, enjoyed ourselves. I'm talking from start to finish. I'm talking dance the deodorant off yourself. I'm talking
Yeah.
like party, party. And I got back to the dorm and I'm talking to the guys and I'm like, hey, bro, when can we do that again? And they was like, do what? I'm like, party like that. And they like, tomorrow. And the day after that, too. I'm like, and they like, what you mean by that, though? And I'm like, bro, when nobody fighting, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I said, ain't one fight pop off tonight. I say, man, it wasn't no problems tonight, like because of the environments that we grew up in. You
Something
never
bound to
knew
happen.
it was bound to happen. Somebody from another side of town, somebody beefing with this person, something with something. It might go down. So
Yeah.
most of the time, we was in them parties. Think about it, bro. Our backs was to the wall. You like,
Yeah. Straight up.
I'm gonna get on this wall real quick. To this day, I
It's
don't
a
dance like
reason.
that. So
It's a reason.
once I seen that, it automatically showed me in simplest form that there's more to the life that you thought, like that you're used to having. So I started switching up the type of people I hung around with. I started
Boom.
walking, huh?
I said boom.
I started walking away from trouble instead of going to it. Remember, oh, who fighting over there? Nah, if I seen somebody
Nah.
fighting, I'm over here. I'm talking everything. The way I dressed, I started
Tolerance.
the way I talked, everything. My clothes, I started wearing stuff that fit me, and this is all over one
That was in your
semester.
Aeropostale days.
Apostle, listen,
Got
listen. When I graduated
that
high
one
school, I went to
Aeropostale.
I went when I graduated high school. I got there and I had oversized clothes on.
Yeah.
I had just cut my braids off.
Yeah.
So, and then I had a big old fake chain on. And when I came home on Christmas break, I had on Aeropostale. I had seashells on. Remember them seashells I used to
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
hey, and I was it
I
was
ain't even
it
do
was
that, and I was at Butler.
I'm telling you, I switched it all the way up because I'm like, what I wanted to be, I didn't have to be tough no more. Mind you,
Yeah,
I'm still a man though. I still got principles I stand on, but I didn't have to walk around with this tough guy image or thinking
mhm,
everybody's out to do something to me. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I can remember, bro, the first time that Southern hospitality is real. You know it because you live in the South and you've been living there for a while now. But I went to school in the South and I seen it firsthand. I remember the first time walking on campus and somebody was like, what's good? And I'm like, what's good? He like, what's good? I'm like, what you mean what's good? What's
yeah.
good? He like,
What's
what's
good?
up?
Like, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm like, man, what's up? He like, what's up? And it was just kind of funny. He like, man, are you going to the calf? And I'm like, are you trying to get some food? I thought you wanted to fight.
yeah.
Like, I thought you was on something. You know what I'm
That's that
saying?
lingo. That's
It's
that
the link.
lingo.
And I didn't, it was an eye opener like, dude, you need to chill out. Everybody's not
Facts.
like what you used to dealing with. And you can
Yeah,
chill out and just be yourself. Be cool. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy good days, enjoy good company, enjoy being around people from different walks of life, learn things from other people. So that was the biggest turning point in my life is when I went to school. I feel like you get a lot of things when you go to college, and a lot of people who finish, they got stories on what they learned. Yes, I learned a lot of knowledge as far as textbook knowledge.
yeah,
Yeah, I got that. But life skills, and the turning point of God knowing what I needed in my life at that time, I thank God for it every day because and I never forget that, and I share that with everybody. That was the turning point of my life when I went to college in 2007, and everything else it's been uphill since then. I won't even say downhill. It's been up every
yeah.
since then.
But one of the things about this talk, this conversation, is that I don't want people to think that we saying that college is the answer for every like you. That's not the only route out the hood. That's not. And in fact, me having my own kids, I don't know if they're gonna want to go to college. But the
Hmm.
idea is, and the concept is that something is for everybody. So you might pick up a trade. Shout out Tron. You know what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
came he came to Texas. He went to school to pick up a trade. You see what I'm saying? He displaced himself. He removed himself from 219, the hood, to get in a better situation around like-minded individuals, and he was able to get into books. He taught himself that stuff. All the
Right.
HVAC information that he learned, he sat in my house reading books, watching YouTube University. This video gonna be on YouTube. YouTube University is free. It's free game. So please don't think that college we just saying college is where you got to go. Them same experiences. Look, understand that the message is when you remove yourself from an existing environment to a new environment, you're automatically going to experience different experiences. You see what I'm saying? So whatever you do, try to put yourself in a different perspective to reach those goals. So you might take up a trade. You might save up some money that you just been getting some money. We all know how we get money out there. Whatever you doing, you might save up some money. Please be smart enough to put the money aside and go. And when people say invest in something, actually understand that that's just not about stocks. That's just not about uh I don't some other business, but like maybe you really like to cook and go get a food truck and put it go down to downtown Chicago, put the truck down there. Like you got to do something that's outside the boundaries of wherever you are in your current place.
Yes.
And that's the key with it.
Yeah. And like you're saying, we're not saying college is, well, first off, we're like first generational college grads, right?
Yeah.
And we'll get to that too. So we don't, we come from blue collar families. We come from families that get up, have the labor jobs, entrepreneur jobs. So just trying to put food on the table for us. We don't have this long history of scholars, and nothing wrong with those type of families either. You know what I mean? My dad would tell me in a minute when I get to using too many big words. Hey, Hey, and I already know what that means. That mean break. Hey, stop all them big words. I'm not your friends from work. Speak
Keep
my
it clear.
language. You know, you know what I'm saying. So, but what I will say is that, like bro said, with the kids, our kids, we got kids. College won't be the only answer, but it's gonna be on the table. We're gonna
Yes,
have a
sir.
plan. I think everybody owes themselves to have a life plan, and a lot of the youth I've talked to, that's what I tell them. Everybody's path looks different. And I probably would not have went to college if it wasn't for playing baseball. Period. I already knew how to make money. And you'll get to know me more and more. I've always been a hustler, always trying to get a dollar. I mean, we can go on
Mr.
and on and
Ice
on.
Cream Man. He had an
I've
ice
driven
cream
ice
truck.
cream
And
trucks,
I'm I
man,
want I want to say
everything.
this. I want to stop you in the middle of this because I never forget it. Gucci came to the Civic Center. Shout out
Yeah.
Gucci. Listen, we
Goo-wop.
listen, we done delivered me, Nub, Greg, we done delivered what is it?
Newspapers.
Hammond Times or whatever. We done
Bro,
delivered backseat full of newspapers, delivering them. I done did it after a homecoming football game. Had to get out there delivering papers 3 and 4 in the morning, Sunday papers, listening to Gucci, vintage
Gucci.
Gucci, like
Vintage Gucci.
like the
Gucci was like,
vintage
hey,
Gucci.
hey, I don't know where y'all
That
from, what
was
y'all listen to. We was on Gucci. Crazy.
crazy. 1017, man. Shout out to all of whatever is
Hey,
going on, whatever. I know things change, but I love that. Listen, I seen Flock out here in Houston. Uh man, Flocka,
hey,
Woo
go
the Kid.
bro, go back to that. Go back to this story though. You was trying to say, I'm gonna finish the story
Yeah.
because I never forget it. So I was always hustling, making money. We
Yeah.
had hustles
Oh yeah,
together,
Civic Center.
but
Yeah.
I still be doing my own because I always wanted some money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to be able to help anybody around me, my mom, anybody who needed something. Like I always like having my own. So like you said, Gucci was one of our favorite artists back then.
Came to the
Gucci
hood.
actually came to the hood,
Came to the hood.
performed a concert. I was driving the ice cream truck at the time. All the guys stay in the hood right now. The whole hood getting ready to go to this Gucci concert. I'm driving the ice cream truck. I gotta get some money. He called like, bro, where you at? The whole hood out here. I'm like, I'm driving, bro. I got a couple more neighborhoods to go through. This and the third. I'll probably be back in the hood around this time. He like, dog, Gucci in the hood, and you you driving the ice cream truck. And guess what? I I missed it.
But you
I
know what
missed
the
it. I caught
but
the
you
let
know
out though.
no, but look, but you know what the good thing about this story is that these are decisions. We're gonna get to this later, but like all the people I was with, we couldn't get in. We ain't had no money. So I'm calling him like Gucci. He at the Civic Center right now. What is you doing in the ice cream truck? He bought an ice cream truck and was delivering ice cream out the truck. It was nighttime. Why was you even anyway?
They
Uh
sent me to the hoods. They sent me to the hoods.
so
Then I
look,
had to yeah.
we couldn't get in. We couldn't get in. So he in there performing, DB at the door. He working at the Civic Center. D, DB at the door. He ain't letting none of us in. He taking his job serious. He taking it serious. So the difference is this story is that we didn't have no money to get in. So we were there outside watching, not getting any money. Greg wasn't there, but he was making money. You see
Facts.
that? You see those differences?
Yeah.
That's what we talking about. Decisions and your lifestyle, how you do things will carry you further. You see what I'm saying in the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. Yeah. And it go, like you say, right back into it. I always been like that. And we learned lessons from both ends of it, right? Because he was actually there. It was turned cracking, everybody there, but y'all didn't get in. And I'm sitting there lonely,
But
driving through
making money.
neighborhoods, getting money by myself, getting money.
Yeah,
So I was kicking myself in the butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, did I make the right decision? You know, it feel right.
it
I
was
should be getting
totally the
money.
right decision.
But at the time when you young, bro, I'm sitting there thinking like, man, that's kind of lame, man.
That's
Like,
short-minded
dang.
thinking. We was
But
short-minded thinking, and he was making
right,
money for the long term.
right.
So
And it come down to it. But again, before we get off of the college versus non-college routes, I would say that, I've seen people start bashing going to college, right?
mhm.
They started bashing going to college. And we're not going to do that either.
Nope,
Um,
absolutely
because
not.
And I mean, you can fill in your own blanks with that, but to bash somebody for hiring their education, adding value to themselves that nobody can take away from them, it's crazy.
That
It's
diploma
crazy.
got me. It's
Boy,
up there. Like Lou,
boy.
shout out Lou. It's up there.
And they can't take it away from us. And you talking to two guys, we got some NBA credits under our belts too,
Yeah,
you know. So we always striving to do more. So whether it's going to college or you don't want to go to college, bigger than anything, have a plan for your life
yeah.
and take things serious and actions towards whatever that plan is. So if you want to go to college, you need to be looking up some scholarships if you don't already have it. You need to be looking at some universities. You need to be understanding how you maybe can
Researching.
ultimately research and what's the best fit for you, whether it's athletically or academically, to where you can walk out debt free. And we'll get more
Yeah,
on debt free situations and decisions another time. But then, also, okay, you want to be an entrepreneur. You say, okay, I want to work in I want to go work for, I don't know, I want to be a union electrician. Okay, you need to be looking up while you're still in school with some of your local unions that's around, right? How you can get into some internships and what do you
yep.
call those?
Co-ops,
Apprenticeships, co-ops and
apprenticeships, co-ops,
apprenticeship programs.
internships.
Are they 2 year? Are they 4 year? Are they 24 weeks? Are they 10 weeks? Like, you need to do your own homework, because if you don't have a plan, whether it's college or not, this world gonna eat you up.
Hey, eat or be eaten.
You understand? Shout out to Pac, man. RP to Pac.
Yeah, eat or be eaten.
And that's real.
Eat or
That's
be
real
eaten.
talk. You feel me? So
Yeah,
a lot of people you see on the street that are homeless and poor, some of them made a lot of bad decisions, right?
yeah.
None of them plan to be poor. None of them plan to live on the street and be homeless. And some of them just didn't have a plan at all. They was
Able-bodied people though, able-bodied individuals. So look,
get
I
go ahead.
want to say this though. I want to say this though because let's talk about the hustles we had growing up, because that's where the rubber meets the road. That's how we because when you talk about this, how do you get it's okay. We know it's financially, you can do things financially to help you get out the hood. You also got
Right,
to have your circle of friends that are on the same mindset as you. So let me back
right.
up a little bit. Let me back up a little bit. So if you in the car, you in the hood, whoever you with, and y'all smoking weed. I don't care if you smoke weed. I don't care. I really don't care. But like, you can't have that be your main appetite every day. You gotta at least sit back, do a little grinding beforehand. Maybe y'all can chop it up while y'all doing what y'all do. Everybody got their vice. But what I'm saying is that can't be your main source that's stealing your time. You got
No.
to put together a play. What's the play? And when you put together a play, which is what I mean, you got to have like-minded people around you. You better off getting there.
Yeah.
And when I and when and- go ahead,
No, I was saying, like, and you feed off each other. And I think about our lives, because our conversations come natural because we've done a lot of this stuff together, literally firsthand,
yeah,
seen it work, talked
driver's
about stuff
license
that didn't work.
together, drove the same
Literally got
day.
our driver's license the same
Everything
day.
people don't be
Like,
knowing this stuff. Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's everything. Um,
yeah,
and it all plays a part. So, you know what I mean? Okay, one of us get a car. Now I gotta get a car.
I
You know
gotta
what I'm
get a
saying?
car.
Like, wasn't no hating going on. It's
Yeah,
like, okay, we gonna ride together. I'm gonna throw you some gas money. Now I got me a car. And
yeah,
now we gonna be back to back in traffic. You know what I'm
bikes,
saying? So bikes,
everything.
same. We had the same bikes, everything. Like, the whole process of being around somebody else that want more, or like-minded individuals, we always had more. Even when people be laughing, like, man, y'all do everything alike, man. Y'all always together. Like, who y'all
Yeah,
think y'all is? I ain't care about none of that. We care about none of that. We never let that stop us, even when it may look lame to somebody, or they don't
yeah.
understand it, or why we doing it.
You're a
We
force.
always did us. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, the hustles we
Yeah,
talk about we talk about okay, I'm gonna just name a few, because some I'll be forgetting that I did. So before we get to these big old titles, which we'll get to, that we done held some big titles and currently handling big business, but let's talk about the mud. Let's talk about the mud. First off, I grew up working with my dad, my granddad, and my uncles now. My dad's a carpenter, my uncle's plumbers and stuff. So, I grew up cutting grass, landscaping, different things of that nature. Always worked. Been
don't
working since I was eight
don't
eight
sweep
years
that
old.
under. Don't sweep that under the rug. Tell them what you're doing now with that landscaping.
Man, we gonna get to that. We
Them
go
contracts.
we gonna we gonna get to we gonna get to all that. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk. Let's talk the mud. We've been hustling. You know what I'm saying? So on top of doing that stuff, I was always raking leaves, shoveling snow. Bet no snow, bet not hit the ground because me and the guys, we gonna go around with our shovels trying to get money. Me,
Yeah.
D, Otis, everybody in the creek, AC. We would go around. We would go around all the time. 50,
Creekside.
Aaron, you know what I'm saying? Everything, smack mouth, everybody. We would go around just going to shovel snow, doing whatever we could. Okay, then you get of age. I started to try to work so young. We had to get a worker's permit. You understand what I'm saying? Then we working for Mr. Cross. Then he, I forgot it was called Urban Enterprise Association or something like that. That was the group, but you had a bunch of youth and we were working. You'd be picking up trash on the side of the highways. You'd be getting weeds out of a sidewalk with a butter knife. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On
The
top
work
of that, then
ethic.
okay, man, let's keep talking. Then we're gonna go into selling newspapers, delivering
The,
newspapers.
the actual subscriptions though.
The act
Door to door.
and I've sold the subscriptions
Sell the subscriptions and then you're gonna deliver them too.
13, hey,
Feel
$13
me?
get you 13 weeks. That's $1 a week.
You
Still
understand that? Well,
remember.
everybody else, you kicking over the newspaper, you throwing it across. I'm finna sell it. I'm gonna sell you the subscription and I'm gonna
Deliver it.
hand deliver it.
Yep.
What's
Doing
wrong with
both.
y'all?
Both. I've worked for the fencing company, doing labor jobs. I've had the internships, riding my bike to work. Man, that's ice cream
Look,
truck, like you said.
I went a whole summer riding a bike until I bought a car. We bought Blazers together.
Yep.
He had a blue one, I had a black one.
Yep.
Chevy Blazer.
Yep. Grinding, really grinding, locking in, laser focused. You understand? So we
Everything
had
adds up.
we had to earn everything we got, bro. And when I'm sharing my story in a lot of the rooms I'm in now, nobody can relate, and it's like
Nobody's your
wow,
color.
yeah, like wow, oh my god, or whatever. It's not a feel sorry story. Nah, this is more like a warrior type of story. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Meek Mill said,
I know how we built.
Meek Mill said, we had to beat the streets, racism, poverty, I don't know, something else. We said now we at the championship.
Bro,
See what
and
I'm
that
saying?
no truer words have been spoken. No truer words have been spoken. So, and when we talk about hood environments, I grew up, my dad telling me and early on, which helped me navigate in so many relationships I've built with people all from all walks of life. Because I give the respect that I require, but I understand that the same dynamic goes on in every hood, no matter how big your hood is, small your hood is, how known it is. It's not the same activity goes on everywhere. In the middle of Mississippi, in the middle of Houston, in the middle of Chicago, in the middle of New York City, you know what I'm saying? In the middle of Cali, the same type of things that people deal with. So, Meek Mill was absolutely right with that. And I mean, bro, it's crazy that we having these conversations, but the same things that we talk about, it's more of a warrior story. It's more of the survival tactics. It's helped mold us to where we are today, and we still growing in this thing for real, for real.
Yeah, and like G White said, he was really hustling. Like he was really out there like creating his own waves in his past. And me, just on the other hand of it, I was more so like I know how to apply for jobs. Like I know how to get jobs. Like I don't know what it is. If we talking about a resume, we talking about a cover letter, we talking about knowing what to say in interviews, I can't be stopped.
Back up.
I
Dude
can
is one
get
of the smartest people that I know, especially academic. When you talk about street and book, we want to talk
oh,
about
I
book.
ain't get yeah.
You can get the street vibe because that's where we from. That's what we cut from. We want to get into a book. Dude had like
Yeah.
straight A's and B's forever. You understand what I'm saying?
4.0,
4.0. Real
maybe a
scholar though.
B one
Real
time.
scholar. But go ahead. I just don't downplay yourself. It ain't forgotten.
Well, yeah, I got electrical engineering degree, got some credits in the masters. Uh, I do cybersecurity now. Yeah,
Very smart
I do
dude.
what I do, but like I said, I know how to go get it. So when we talking about trying to find a job, we talking about trying to help somebody else find a job. We talking about how to help somebody else get a skill set. I know exactly what to do and the route. I know it, and it get me fired up because I'm gonna get mine. I know that. My gratitude comes from I can pull one of my friends that's struggling. Come on, come with me. Let me show you how to do this. And
What
he executed.
without dropping names, you've done that on at least
I've done it, yeah.
You've done that at least 3 or 4 times that I can think of, and you've also helped me, right? Coach
Yeah,
with me, talk things with me where I wanted to change my circumstance in certain jobs that I've had
yeah,
and for work life balance and things that I wanted. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
yeah, so that's my gift, and so, for me, like the library job, most people don't know my first job was at Meijer in Highland, Indiana,
I remember
pushing
that.
and pulling carts. Man, every time I go to the grocery store, Walmart, wherever, I will not leave a cart. If I get groceries and I take them to the car, I don't care if the cart return is 3 blocks down. I'm gonna walk the cart over because I know what that means. I used to do that job, and every time I see one of them dudes pushing the cart, I sit and talk to them, and I tell them, "Keep working, it's gonna pay off." Because I was that person. Pushing the
Mhm.
carts, delivering newspaper out the back of the trunk, cold in Indiana. I'm talking about freezing cold. Delivering papers, doing whatever job I could get my hands on to get me where I needed to be. And when I got to college, like he said, have a plan. I did
It's
5
certain
internships in college
man,
every
listen.
year, before,
Listen.
during, and after.
What y'all need to hear and don't miss is practices, right? Uh Common
Intentions? Yeah.
practices that people had, repetition, discipline, right? Focus to some of these things that have led to greater things for us. Um, and that's pretty much it. Like you said, going doing the internships, different things of that nature. You had to have that mindset, bro. And when it comes to, and again, shout out to Kentucky State University with this one, my HBCU. We had to learn how to interview. We had to learn how to do everything. And we had a career counseling and placement department. And I don't know if every school has it, but I know Kentucky State had it and I utilized it. We learned how to write resumes. I learned interview etiquette.
Yeah.
Um, they broke me down and built me back up. And there was some times I had to look in the mirror, right? I wrote a resume. They told me, write a resume. Let me show you what that look, what you think
Yeah.
a resume should look like. And the lady took my resume for a couple of days and gave it back to me. It was marked up with all type of red. I'd never seen so much red ink in my life on how bad my stuff was. But you know what? They broke me down in that career counseling and placement office and built me back up because I mean, just I mean, I could talk about and we will have time where we're talking about just about getting jobs and interview etiquette because we've helped people so much. Our peers, friends, help people get jobs, wrote resumes, go through mock trial interviews and everything. And this is all stuff we had to figure out on our own. Um, and the stuff that, like I said, this is not fortune cookie advice. This is stuff, things that we've put into practice and to play for ourselves, and that's worked. Um, and again, we're still students of it, right? We're still students. We talk about it with each other, like, okay, we wanted this promotion, so we'll talk about how it went and what could have done differently. How could we prepare differently, and different things of that nature. We'll get into the career placement and we'll get into the resumes and some practices and stuff like that because I think we owe that to the people as well
For
because
sure.
in a lot of environments and people from where we from and that look the way we look may not have that. A lot of us know how to labor, right? We know how to get the back breaking jobs. We know how to work in the factories or the
Yeah,
manufacturing
fact, the steel
facilities.
mills, all
Yeah,
that,
we
we know how
we
to
we
do
know how
that.
to do that, and ain't nothing wrong with
You
that,
get
right?
past
But
that.
what I'm saying is, what is tough for us is how to navigate through corporate America, which we know was not
Politics.
built for us to succeed and how to move in those rooms and the things that are counted against us before we even get in there. So we will spend a lot of time talking about that as well. I could talk 2, 3 days about that. I could talk about that for a week because that's where we're currently dealing
We're
with,
gonna
right?
have we're gonna have so much content on corporate America. Oh my goodness. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay
Every
tuned because
day. Oh my.
every single day, every single day, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think, I think it's good. This is something that, and I'll share a little bit. I'll share something else. So right out of college, when I graduated college 2012, I was when I jumped into my professional field, um, I've always had leadership roles, small, large, union, non-union, always had leadership roles. And I remember, I had uploaded. This was before YouTube and everything was blowing up. like it is now and content it is now, I had uploaded over 55 videos of just sharing content with people, learning and telling people something I had learned that day. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm talking everything that you can think of in leadership, just sharing with the people because I wanted to just tell people and show people and give it to my people, right? My followers, my friends back home, and things of that nature. And it used to feel really good. Like my dad would call me and be like, "Hey, I bumped into your boy in the mill, and he told me to tell you keep doing those videos. Just help motivate him."
Yeah.
Or
We need some
at
motivation.
times, because
Yeah.
people won't even like your stuff or put nothing under it. You don't even know it's following, like if it's really being listened to. But you know, a lot of the stuff me and bro talking about today is, you know, we've been wanting to give back to the people and getting back to what we already naturally know how to do. And, you know, I feel like there's something that we all can learn from this. I feel like we're learning as we go with this. And we want to bring y'all on that journey with us because even if you don't know me and him, you know me and him because you
Yeah.
may be us. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know somebody like us, no matter where you from. And to
I
our
know
people
I know
back
what
at,
you're going through.
you know, we know exactly what you're going through.
That's
We
the
know
thing.
exactly what you're going through. You talking about people that know how to make some great lemonade out
I'm
of
telling
lemons.
you, I done boy.
Ain't none of it given. All of it's been earned. Every little thing that people may see us with, they may think, you know, we acquire materialistic things that we
Look
have,
easy.
worldly possessions that we have, that people care about more than we have, that we care about. We had to earn it. Like we still earning it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody show up with no money trucks, no knowledge trucks, no opportunities for us. How many doors had to kick down? You know what I
And
mean?
still kicking them down.
Still kicking them down.
Alright, and we
Still kicking
can't
it
and I
down.
and I might have to go through the back door sometime, but I'm most of the time kicking down the front door.
Trying to tell you. And and it's crazy that in 2024, I was gonna say 2023, but in 2024, and we'll get into that too. It's a lot where I found myself still making history. So when we talk about Black history, um, I found myself to be a part of it because a lot of things that I've done, I'm the first, still to this day,
Yeah.
the first to be. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm mindful of that with a lot of the decisions I make and when I walk in certain rooms and what I represent. Um, that I know I represent more than just me. Um, so
That's
you
what
know,
that's
on
what
top,
this podcast is about. You see,
yeah,
so like when I wanna explain this for the people too. When you look at the name for this podcast, you're gonna pronounce it IOU Redemption Podcast, right? So on the front end of that, it is IOU redemption. Redemption means to be freed from something. Okay. So IOU doesn't stand for like I owe you $2. The I stands for inexperienced, the O stands for oppressed, the U stands for uneducated. We've been through all three of those words. And I know the people listening to this podcast, you people, our people, God's people, we're all going through that. And we still go through it. But the difference is we the voice that we can help you through that. So we're gonna help you get redemption from those three items, right? Through and the way you get that through is through encouragement, empowerment, and education. And we can get that to you every week.
absolutely. Every week, every week, these are natural conversations. We feel like we've been doing a dishonor to maybe the calling that God's put on our lives by just having these conversations with ourselves
Just
a lot,
ourselves, yeah.
you
So
know.
we
And
gotta
we're
press
not selfish
record.
people because these are the same. Man, you think about your little cousin, them like Keem, them. You know, we go to the
Yeah.
hood, we pop out, we'll talk to anybody, but
Yeah.
you know, it's time to expand that horizon on the people
Hey.
that we're talking to because the world need more people putting out some real and like I said, not the fortune cookie advice or not something
Yeah.
you heard from somebody else. This is all firsthand stuff
I need
and
to meet
proven.
you where you are because I've
Right,
been there and I can help you
right,
with that. I can help you with that
right,
situation. I promise
right.
you I can. And
And when we talk to our, go ahead.
we got a whole list of topics, you know what I'm saying? Like the topics you know, people in poverty stricken environments trying to get out. We talking about college students. We talking about working young professionals or working professionals above all anything. Anybody working professional. Cause I got a pet peeve with this. I see somebody working 30 plus years at a company, and then at the end of his retirement celebration, they giving him a pen and a coffee mug. I got an issue with that. And
Mm,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna
no,
take the risk now. I'm not doing that.
no,
So that's what we got to work towards. And then we got things with people with first generation money. There's a lot of topics in that. And then the last thing, we got family with kids, family with small kids. You wouldn't understand what goes on when you going somewhere with a family with small kids. Everything. So, this podcast really is, it's not just like a testimony for just normal things. This is the testimony for everything that you're going through and is going to see. We got some answers.
absolutely. Y'all gonna learn from us. We gonna learn from y'all, and you know, what I'm saying we gonna figure this thing on out because again, it's all stuff that we can speak to, things that we've gone through. We're work in progresses ourselves, um, but you know, it's tough. It is tough, and you want to talk about people's mental health and things of that nature. This is a part of it.
Yeah.
Talking,
You got to
talking,
talk. It's therapy. You got to talk.
talking, because we hold a lot of stuff in, and we
Yeah.
need to write some stuff down. Talk to some other people. Um, and again, if you're not, at times, some of the stuff we're gonna say may seem like it's it's gonna make you uncomfortable because you're gonna have to look in the mirror. Well, you know what? I look in the mirror all the time, make myself uncomfortable. That's a good thing. Don't run from that.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm telling you, if you're an overachiever, you want more. Tap in with other people who want more that are continuing to strive for more. I'm always gonna want more than I have. I've
Yeah.
always been this way since a little boy. I've been this way as an athlete. I've been this way as a student. I'm that way as a dad. I'm that way on the job. I'm always wanting more. So this is the home for you, for the overachievers. This is also the people that are struggling and just need some answers. Maybe you think like this, that, and the third. Maybe I ain't doing it right. Maybe I ain't going hard enough, or you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you
Tune
don't
in.
know. Tune in. Tune
Tune
in. We
in.
real people. We real people just like you. And nothing you can say, nothing you can share is gonna be alarming to us.
No.
Because if we didn't go through it, guaranteed somebody in our family done been through it, or we know something about some of that, right? Um,
Cut me in or
this
cut it out.
cut it in or cut it out. The
Cut
life
me in
we
or
live
cut
in
it out.
now, the life we live in now, and in a nutshell, because I know we're gonna wrap it up in a minute, but
Yeah.
the life we live now, this is new. This is uncharted territory
Yeah.
for us, right? The other stuff that you may feel like, man, they don't forgot about, or
Mm-mm.
blah blah blah, or that's the stuff we could talk about for real, and we got plenty of people we could talk to about that.
Yeah.
We need more people trying to talk about stuff like this on the type of journeys that maybe we've had and where we're trying to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the families, with the careers, with the credit, with the money, with the everything, investing and things of
Yeah.
that
We
nature.
looking into all
These
of
are the
that.
type of people that, you know what I'm saying, that we're having to learn how to be, right? Because
Yeah.
we may be the first generation with a lot of the things that we're doing now. We talk about breaking chains and generational curses. Man,
The
we done chopped up
stigmas.
the
All of that.
stigmas. We done it. We done we and we're continuing to do it. So you know what I'm saying. We find joy in what we're doing, and we hope you do too. And you know, this is therapy for the soul. This is
Yeah.
therapy for the soul. And yeah, bro, go ahead, man. What you got
Yeah.
for 'em?
So just to end it up, wrap it up, I just, a lot of these, the journey for this and the reason for this podcast is to help everyone we can. In order to help, you got to have some type of takeaway and some type of action item, because we don't want to just throw you information and then you just overload it. You ain't doing nothing with it. We got to give you an action item every time. After every message, action item. So the key takeaway for this, what we talked about today, is it's up to you to make your current situation a temporary condition. You understand
Mm,
that? You got to meditate on that. Your
it's up
situation,
to it's up to you
yeah,
to make your current situation a temporary condition. I don't care if you the only child, got a bunch of family members. I don't care if you got a mama and a daddy, or just a mama. I don't
yeah,
care if you ain't got no parents and grandma raised you. I don't care if you from the hood. I don't care if you from Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
You either gonna find a way or make an excuse.
Yeah.
Period.
And it backs back
Simple.
to that eat or be eaten.
You're gonna
Okay.
find a way or make an excuse. Period.
And the last thing is the action item. All right. So we talked about in this episode. Increase your skill set. That's the action item for now. Increase your skill set and write it down. Write down a few skills that you would like to have. Think about how you obtain those skills. This is what you got to do. This is the first steps to get to success. And that's what we want to leave y'all with. Big speaker.
We out.
We out.